Alright, so back on the bench we have this Galaxy DX99V. And I kind of forget where I left off on the other video, where I was, doing a first look at this and getting it diagnosed. But the owner decided that he wanted to do a full service, fix whatever was wrong with it, and, have a good working radio again. So I just finished recapping it, and all those crappy caps that Ranger Galaxy uses, they're all out of there. This one had some, in particular, this one, was it this one? It was one of the 1000 microfarad caps. One of the legs had been rotted off from the glue. So yeah, these radios are reaching the age now where they need to be recapped. So it's almost a necessity at this point. But yeah, this one had a ton of glue in it, and it was just a pain in the ass to get to some of these, what do you call it, capacitors here. With not really to get to them, to pull them off because of the glue. But got it done. Anyway, it's all recapped, all nice Nichicon caps. The voltages have all been upgraded. There's actually, believe it or not, there's still some 10 volt caps in here. So yeah. But anyway, it's in way better shape than what it was before. So I haven't done I haven't put this on the oscilloscope yet to see how it's modulating. But I'm sure at some point in its life somebody had messed around with it. But yeah, we'll see what's going on. We'll see if she's on frequency. We'll do a sensitivity test, and we'll do an alignment. Another thing I noticed, what sucks, is somebody soldered on the mirror board. I mean, it's not normally a big deal. I don't know why somebody would solder that on. Sometimes the mirror boards do get a little worn. Just put another mirror board on or something. I don't know. Whatever. But just another step. But yeah, everything was new meter. Cleaned up the face a little bit, cleaned up the knobs, deoxed it on all the potentiometers and switches that I could get to. The mode switch and the band switch, not that they really need to be cleaned, but you can't clean them anyway. They're completely sealed. But all the other potentiometers are cleaned, and it's nice and quiet. No scratchiness going on, and the meter works. And switch that out to an LED. Guys who work on these know it's kind of a pain in the butt putting LEDs in there, but I did, and transmits to red. And I was able to fix the mic, actually. So when I originally took this apart, I didn't find anything wrong. But I decided to just, go back and just double check everything. So when I took the connector apart again, I noticed that the shield, which is supposed to be soldered with the blue, was just barely hanging on. So probably when I put it back together, it completely broke off. So I just double checked everything, and I'm like, wait, the shield's not, the shield is disconnected. So when I reconnected the shield on here, I got the mic working again. So I was happy with that. I was able to fix the mic for him. So that's where we're at now. So recap, new meter, fix the mic, and we actually have a working transmitting and receiving radio. So now we just have to see exactly how well it's transmitting, how well it's modulating, and check out its sensitivity. Kind of do like a before and after type of thing, yeah, see if she's on frequency. So yeah, let's see. So we're on channel 19. It's hooked up to the frequency counter. Oh, it's not. It is not hooked up to the frequency counter. All right, it is now. Let's see. We're on 19. It's a little low. Yeah, what about 30 hertz off? You can get that better. We'll get that adjusted in the alignment. All right, let me get this hooked up on the oscilloscope here and see what she's doing for modulation. We'll get a tone. All right. Hold on. Let me turn off this talk back. Yeah, okay. That didn't look good at first glance. Hold on, let me set you guys down here. That's horrible. Yeah. It's clipping. Alright, well, we'll get that fixed too. It's going to get alignment anyway, but I just wanted to see exactly what was going on with her. So, yeah, definitely overmodulated. But nothing is actually cut or bypassed, so let me get this on. And we'll get that warmed up. So I'm sure it's probably just some parts that are just turned, maxed out. Yeah, so we got to fix, we got to get it back on frequency. We got to get this modulation fixed. And let that signal generator warm up a little bit, and we'll see what she's doing for sensitivity. All right, stand by, guys. All right, she's hooked up to the signal generator, and it's got an S9 signal going to her, and I mean, I'm not surprised because this is a new meter, so you know, it's showing plus 20 over 9, so that's got to be adjusted, obviously. But it is receiving, so let's see what she's doing for sensitivity. So let me get this Sonata on. And are we hooked up? We are not hooked up. All right, let me get that Sonata hooked up. Stand by. All right, Sonata's hooked up. Minus 113 dBm, so that's actually pretty damn good for this radio, and actually any radio in general. So I don't think we're going to be able to get much more out of her, if anything. Still go through the transceiver alignment. I got to check the voltage. I got to check the final bias. So yeah, I'll go through the alignment and get everything straightened away, and that's about it. So, all right, stand by. Let me do the alignment on this. All right, so I'm going through the receive alignment portion of this DX99V, and when you look here, SSB S meter adjustment, set mode to USB. Increase RF generator output to 26.966 megahertz, 100 microvolts, or minus 67 dBm, unmodulated. Set squelch fully counterclockwise. You see that? This is what I mean by an S9 reading. Sometimes it's minus 67, sometimes it's minus 70, minus 72 sometimes, so pick your poison. That's all I'm saying. Alright, full transceiver alignment is done on this. Biases are set. This radio is good to go. Man, was it way off. AM was off a little bit. Lower sideband was off about 2 channels, I'd say, because that's what it showed on the display anyway. And upper sideband was off, not too much, but it's everything is dead on accurate now. So let's we're on channel 19, 27.185. Let's key up the mic here. Look at that, 27.185. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. All right, and meter is set. So this is power. You can see, where's the RF power now? That was low. Oh, sorry. And this is high. Alright, right around 10 or so. What else? Sensitivity, I couldn't get much more out of her, so it pretty much stayed exactly the same. Same with the power. We'll get a peak power reading. Actually, we can do that now while it's while I still got the watt meter hooked up. So let's get a tone. Let's put this to the 300 watt scale. Let's see what she's the carrier on high. This is high power. So yeah, right around 10. That's what the alignment set to set it at. No more than 10. Start damaging stuff. But yeah, 10 watt carrier on high. Let me put it to low. Let's set it to low. Where's RF power? Here it is. Should be like right around 4. Set this back to 30. Yeah, right around 4. So let's see what she's doing on low power, I guess. Yeah, hitting about 18 on low power, which you would consider kind of like I guess like a normal CB radio. Let's set this to high. RF power high. Alright, again, we have a carrier of, yeah, right around 10. Alright, let me set this back up because it's going to pin the... So now you're looking at the 300 watt scale. Yeah, right around 30. Alright, 30 watts. And yeah, that's basically it for the transmit. Let's do we'll hook up a S9. I think I already got an S9 set up here. Yeah, minus 67. Swap over the cables here. That's an S9. Beautiful. All right. So, this radio is done. I think everything was done proper, and it's good to go. Frequency counter is on, dead on. What else? I guess that's about it. We can do a oh yeah, I set the that modulation was trash before, so let's put this on the scope. I forgot about that. Let's put this on the scope here, and we can see how this thing looks. What are we on? Mic gain is maxed. RF gain doesn't really matter, but that's maxed. Okay. All right. Let's see how she looks on the scope now. Sorry, I forgot to hook up the other cable here. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me set this up. Hold on. I can't do this with two hands. All right. So here we go. All right. It's way better. Yeah. It's way better now. Now we got a nice clean sounding radio. So what I'll do is, for the last thing, we'll put the monitor radio on and see how it sounds through another radio. Alright, stand by. Alright, we got the radio on. The monitor radio here, sounding pretty good. Who likes the Roger beep? I love the Roger beep. I don't know, just something about it. Yeah, this radio's sounding good. I think we did a good job with this radio here, this DX99V. We did all we could for it. We recapped it, aligned it, fixed the modulation. We fixed a bunch of bad solder joints. And she's back on frequency, and that's about it. Good sounding, we got a good sounding radio right here. Yeah, not bad. Getting this DX99V back to its owner and working properly. This was a good one. So in the middle of recapping this Galaxy DX99V, and I thought I'd just share some important details, I guess, when you're servicing one of these at your house or whatever, doing it yourself. But don't forget the caps on some of the other boards. So you have one there, you have 3 on the Echo board, and then this frequency counter module, you see the end is soldered. I haven't gotten to this yet, but there's a few of them in there too. So you want to take your soldering iron and just desolder that, and this cap pops off. And then behind the meter, there's 2 there too. So you want to make sure you get that. And then while you're recapping, this one actually had a bunch of glue in there too, so keep an eye out for the glue. You definitely want to get as much as you can out. This one had an absurd amount of glue in it for some reason. But also something else to note, and this is something that happens to all of these Galaxies, is it'll crack around here, this mounting screw that holds the chassis onto the frame, and you'll notice sometimes all of these traces here will crack. It'll cause all sorts of issues. Sometimes you might lose like an 8-volt bus. You might get weird frequency counter happening, weird stuff happening with the frequency counter, just random stuff. And then, yeah, so definitely check around here with a microscope, usually under the under these RF shields as well. There is just these things are plagued with bad solder joints. And another benefit of recapping these radios now, not only is it age, not only is it time to replace them, but while you're going over and resoldering the new capacitors in, you can kind of give the whole board a once over, and I found some pretty bad solder joints while I was soldering in the new capacitors. So that's another benefit of recapping these things. And then to help keep flex down, let me see, you can get better lighting on this here. These solder tabs here, this helps with keeping the board from flexing too much. So if you notice that these tabs are no longer soldered to the board, what you want to do is just possibly with your desoldering iron or some braid or whatever, get rid of the old solder, bend these tabs back down, and then apply some new solder to all those tabs. That just helps keep the board from flexing. But those are just some tips that I've learned over the time of working on any of these Galaxy radios. They are plagued with trace and bad solder joint problems. So yeah, this is just some, even over here in this screw, but not so, for some reason, not so much. This side definitely, I see it happening all the time on this side. But yeah, make sure these are tight. Make sure that the tabs going all along the chassis are soldered on, and yeah, that's really just a, I guess, a tech tip. All right, so the frequency counter module, just disconnect all the header connectors. Just makes it easier to work on when it's out of the radio. And well, somebody had soldered this cover on, but sometimes you just pop them right off. But you can see there's 3 caps in here. There's 1, 2, 3. And you gotta kind of get the same style. You can't use like fatter caps in here. You can use longer ones, but you can't use fatter caps than what's here. So another common failure point on these is this 5-volt regulator and this inductor. Also known issues for these. But what you want to do is desolder the tabs there on the corners. This one only has 2. Some of them are different, but and then you can actually lift the I'm doing this one-handed here. You can actually lift the board out of its case, and then that's how you would get to the solder side of the capacitors, and then you just swap those out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'm going to put this under a microscope and see if I see anything bad as far as like traces or whatever. At first glance here, everything looks okay, but like I said, I'll double check everything before I put this back into the radio. All right, let me get this recapped and inspected, and then you can see how it looks after. Stand by. All right, so you can see we have some nice Nichicon caps in here, and they're a little bit longer, but that's okay as long as it's not thicker diameter wise. Lengthwise it's okay. Yeah, so this should last the life of the radio now, but everything fits in there proper. It's tough doing this one-handed, but everything does fit in there. But yeah, so now the only thing left to do now is just to resolder the tabs and put this back on the radio. All right, stand by. All right, you notice there's a cap blue cap right there, that's kind of hidden. It's under all the wires here on the front. But there is one there. And then the 3 here behind the meter. And that's it for this radio. But yeah, there is just that one hidden one there. Just in case if you guys are recapping your Galaxy at home, there is one there. Last thing you want to do is do a nice job recapping the radio and, you know, making sure everything is nice, and then you leave one old cap in there, and it's just, it may not cause you any issues, but, you know, it's just, you know, you go through the whole radio and then you leave one cap, you know what I mean? So, just in case if you guys are doing this at home or following along or whatever, you know, there's one under there. So make sure you get that one.